Well, let's just have a quick straw poll, shall we? Carol Vorderman, yes or no?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to say no, but I'm kind of thinking yeah now.
Okay, well,
No.
no.
Not now.
And yeah,
Too fake, yeah.
it's a no from me. Right, my lovely.
You had 2 fake last week,
Welcome
didn't you?
back. Sorry? Yeah. I've got pounds, bloody. Welcome back, and on this second part of the lunch collection doings,
You got a crap on your screen.
No, I haven't.
Is it?
Yeah, if you have a look out there,
Yeah.
see that telephone line thing? Yes, on this second part you join me in the driver's seat, and first impressions of sitting in this Dacia Logan, the seat is a little high, but I'm going to try and deal with that like a man. The seatbelt pluggy into thingy is a long way down, definitely a long way down, and because the vehicle was improperly parked,
Which it isn't.
well, it is, in terms that the steering wheel is off straight and the car should never be left like that.
Yes, it should.
No, it shouldn't.
That's how you're supposed to leave it, so it's more difficult to steal.
No, if you're going to leave it canted at all, it should be canted into the curb for safety reasons. You've canted it away, so if anybody were to push this car, it would be pushed into the middle of the road, causing an accident with other people. Anyway, the point is...
So where would that be best? Would it best in the road or on the pavement?
Well, it would be best on the pavement.
Would it?
Well, yeah, that way it can only injure pedestrians. It's not going to do any damage to cars. So, I'm looking at this...
Can we just get on with this? I'm hungry.
Will you shut up? Right, I'm looking at these stereo controls, and these are just shouting Renault 25 at me.
He's got a crack on his screen.
I have not got a crack on his fucking telephone, mate.
It's not Renault 25.
Let me just show you these. I'm just getting my other doings out.
Renault 25 had a kind of a square profile on.
And this has got a square profile on it.
Oh, that bit, yeah.
You see, that is screaming mid to late 1980s Renault for me. So that's interesting. So I'm now going to go through the procedure of starting the vehicle.
Good.
There we are. Now the clutch is quite heavy and it's got a very short throw.
Hopefully we'll get back
Heavy
to the yard before the food goes cold.
Short throw. The accelerator pedal is not exactly where you would expect it to be.
It's in the right place.
But look, I didn't fucking well interrupt you, did I? Arseface. These pedal positions are... The steering wheel has got an unusually thin rim for a modern car, and I find that quite disconcerting to handle. It's a little bit like handling a pair of wayward breasts, that they just kind of take you by surprise and you just feel that something is intrinsically wrong. So yeah, if you're the kind of person that wouldn't deal well with wayward breasts, then this steering wheel is probably not for you. The clutch is quite unpleasant to use. It is overly heavy, and the throw feels too short to me. Gear change isn't as bad as mustard would have. This clutch is way too heavy. Did you not think that?
No, but I'm not a weakling. A marmot's on horses and his legs.
Well, I'm hardly a weakling, as my appearance on Britain's Strongest Man would obviously show. There's a tram there.
There's a tram over there. Stop at the red light.
Oh no, let's see how this stop-start feature works.
Well,
so, I'm in neutral, handbrake on, I've come off the clutch, and it hasn't stopped, so I don't know how that works.
You've done it wrong.
There's the tram. I do like a tram.
I'm going to say I quite like these airbags because they do feel quite sturdy, and when you close them, they're almost completely little thing on the top of there without a mat. It should have a rubber mat in there that can stop your mobile phone.
We can do the stop-start.
Yes, I'm doing this video now.
And no, again, the stop-start hasn't operated, so I don't know why. Yeah, that's simply something that I don't understand, quite honestly, but the vehicle has not stopped. It has not started to stop.
Just like you.
The seat feels uncomfortable, and I feel as if I'm perched on the seat rather than sitting in it, and it feels quite unsupportive, both the region of the lower back and the region where the buttocks kind of rest. I can imagine that my buttocks would not enjoy being where they were after about half an hour in this vehicle. My left leg wouldn't enjoy it either because the clutch really is unhelpfully heavy. I wonder if they did an automatic version of this. The gear lever and the gear change in general is very 1980s Renault. There's a lady in front of us, I'm going to try not to hit her, even though she's wearing an umbrella. And of course, in most counties of the UK, it is legal to run over anybody if they have an umbrella in their little handy-wandy.
No, this one, that lane.
Move your arm then so I can see in the mirror.
It's not the mirror that you need to worry about, it's looking out the front.
Why am I going in this lane?
You're not going that one, do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't. That's for the opposite side. That's for traffic coming the other way. You almost just as well I was sat next to you then, isn't it? Otherwise you'd have really cocked that up.
Again, the
you'd have been having a little
failed to
altercation with
What
the
engine size is this?
Let me guess, it is a 1.6.
Well, who do you think I was asking? You, who hasn't got a fucking clue, or the owner of the car who's sitting directly behind you? Oh, 1.0, you were close. Ready to do. That white car must have gone through a red light there.
Stay. Go.
The indicator action is insubstantial. Again, it's a very short throw action to the indicator stalk, and it feels uncertain, is the best way I can put it. The driving experience is lessened just by the thinness of the rim of the steering wheel, which is exacerbated by the size of the rest of the wheel. It's a substantial wheel in every aspect apart from the rim.
Have people got bigger hands these days?
Than what?
Than they used to have. Than you
Yeah, everybody's going to have bigger hands than when they were a child. I mean, if you were born with full-size adult hands, you could cause quite a lot of damage as you came out.
I didn't drive a car when I was a child.
Let's try this stop-start thing again. In neutral, come to a halt, and it doesn't stop-start. So, that's clearly rubbish.
It just doesn't like where you're driving it. Hiya!
The engine is certainly refined enough, and it does have some low-down grunt. You're never going to struggle pulling away from a traffic light in this. But on the whole, I have to say that the driving experience, the sensation, is just absolutely dreadful. This is a hateful car, and I would very, very quickly come to utterly despise this, and it would make me hate my entire existence. The idea of having to climb into this car and traversing it day after day, week after week, would fill me with dread and probably despair. And that's coming from somebody who drives for over 25.
You're very mean.
Sorry?
You're very mean.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, I really don't like it. Not at all. I hate maybe if you live with it and became accustomed to it, but I hate the seating position, I hate the steering wheel. The clutch is just horrendous. I don't mind the gear change. I don't mind a knocky gear change.
Yeah.
I drove a 205 GTI back in the day. I don't like the oppressive nature of the dash. Oh! How did that happen?
Not enjoying this. Worried my curry's going to be everywhere. But then we're still in the bag.
Depends how you define everywhere, doesn't it?
No, it is an easy car to drive though.
I don't think it is an easy car to drive.
Of course it is.
No, not with the
You
clutch.
haven't even installed it, that's not like you.
You've said that, I will now, haven't I? No, the clutch is just ridiculously heavy. Right, I've got an MG ZT 190 renowned for having one of the heaviest clutches known to man, but it's not as bad as this one. And this is like a family car that you would use around town, that you would use as a daily commuter. And it's got the kind of clutch that you would encounter in a bloody Lamborghini Countach. It just ruins the entire experience, and I can't forgive that.
So if the clutch was lighter, would you like the car?
No,
Right.
but I would dislike it less.
What's your favourite thing about it so far? Tail lights.
Go on.
It's big. Little long. You could sleep in the back of it.
My favourite thing. I quite like the heater knobs.
Right. They're very big, aren't they?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Renaults that are remotely contemporary to this. My involvement with Renault ceased in about 2001. I quite like the dashboard, the 3 interconnecting rings.
Is it warm enough in here for you?
Yes.
Right, that's unusual.
So the heater is
Works.
no problems with the heater.
Is it too warm? Would you say it's too warm in here? Yeah.
Right, let's try this old stop starting.
It's not so much try it, it's just see it happens.
I'm in neutral. I've come to a halt. Oh, and we're off. We are off. Jolly good. So we sit here. We've got feet off everything, in neutral, handbrake on. The vehicle has turned itself off, and as soon as I put my never eat shredded wheat. As soon as I put my western hoof on the appropriate pedal, the vehicle will restart. Or it will just restart like that, entirely with own accord, for no apparent reason. That's something else I don't like. I don't like a car that makes the decision as to when it's going to run or not. I feel that that should be my decision to make. Sorry, I'm looking at Mustard there, expecting a response, and that's a nice looking car. Don't make those sad doe eyes at me.
Do you reckon there's a following for this? There's a set of enthusiasts for these cars.
There's bound to be a Facebook group.
Ah, right, yeah.
There's a Facebook group for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. But most of the people who are in that group are also in the watch group. Who? You
can't fault the economy. You really can't fault the economy. And I would imagine that the tax is quite cheap on this.
Try 0.
Ah, right, 0.
That is cheap.
You don't get much cheaper than that. So that would be something that I would like about it, the level of economy that the car offers.
What do you reckon the logo means? Because it looks a bit like a bottle opener to me.
What would you call this car if it was yours?
Oh. Gosh, that's a good question. Have you given it a name?
Nope.
It's not the kind of car that ends up with a name, is it really? I call it Susan Boyle.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's because the number of letters. What?
Beeping.
Why are you beeping at me?
Because it knows it's come home.
Seatbelt is taken off.
Ah.
Yeah, that was going to stop. Just be careful here, because I don't want to drop anything.
What does the eco button do?
About 5 mile more to go.
How? What is it?
Reduces the power.
Ah. That's quite a good feature.
You can bypass it, even when you're driving. Just stamp on the throttle, it actually bypasses it.
Okay. Excellent. Right. Oh, and I've just dipped under 60 mpg. On that note, let's turn everything off. Oh, right, they operate the wrong way round. And let's go and have some lunch. Splendid.